So you wonder where your trash goes. I'm here for Safeway Albertsons distribution center here in Denver, and I'm taking out the trash. Yes, I'm taking out the trash. Everyone thinks that the trash just goes to the dump and it's recycled there and that's it. But no, some of your trash, well actually most of your paper product trash and cardboard ends up going to a paper mill. And that's where I'm going to be going. I'm going to be taking a load, going to Papermill Incorporated paper mill in Pruitt, New Mexico, 500 miles. So I'm taking out the trash. As a truck driver, I'm getting paid to take out the trash for Safeway warehouses. What do you think about that? Well, like I said, I'm going to be coming back in a few. I'm going to be showing you some of the pictures and everything, and just want you to know I'm taking out the trash. This is what happens. So I'm here in the office. You can see Albertsons Safeway coming through. This is the office for getting the paperwork, which I do have the paperwork right here. And it's bills of cardboard. And it is going to be a heavy one. See, Biopapel and Swift. As you can see, came up those stairs and into this door, salvage office for Safeway Albertsons. And I will be going back around by where I brought my empty trailer. And I always want to be careful going down the stairs. Always safety first. And as you can tell, there's a Safeway truck, and there's our trucks. I have my nephew with me today. And family time. Not always just spent at home. We'll be in a minute going to after the dispatch window, we decided we got to go around the building. Have a certain way that they have, one way in, one way out. More clarity with my mic here. Alright. There we go. Yeah. Sorry about the put the hand in the camera, but run around where their shop is, where their fleet. Have to go in between the dispatch building. We're gonna go back. To the left here. Nobody's there. Always have your 4 ways out of customer, or even if you work at a big trucking company, private property outside of a truck stop, you always want to have your 4 ways. It's always best to have the 4 ways. It alerts people because they see the amber lights blinking. It automatically alerts their eye vision that most people forget about. Just take it nice and easy. And I'm going back towards where I parked my empty trailer. Over on the same side is also my loaded trailer. This is for those of you that work for companies that have large fleets, that have drop and hook type loads like this. We dropped our empty trailer, now we're going to pick up our loaded trailer. I'm going to show you what's inside of our trailer so you get an idea. They're pretty busy here today. They got line loads. They've got groceries, refrigerated and dry. They also have the cardboard, which is their trash from the warehouses, which we will be taking out to the paper mill where they will be making large, and when I say large, I'm talking anywhere from 3 foot high to 6 foot high bales, big huge round circular cylinder type paper product on the end for making cardboard boxes, that what the machines actually make. I'm backing into my trailer here. And I just scared my nephew. Always love doing that, guys. It is fun when you hear them use some of the foul language because they got scared, but it's only temporary. So you always want to make sure that you properly put your paperwork on, and I'm gonna try doing this. You want to get your lines right. I'm trying to do this with one hand and hold it to show you. You want to make sure that you get the little clip right there. You want to make sure that you have your clip in. So I'm doing that. Then you're going to go make sure parallel. It's parallel. Flip on. Make sure that you have it completely on your flat hand. Same thing on your main. The blue is the main. Trailer brakes on the regular. Your parking brakes right there. You want to make sure it's parallel. And now it goes under, just like that. As you can tell, parallel. The grommets right here, where my finger touched, I want to make sure the rubber grommets are good. So, go down here. Sorry about the sound. Clearer now. I'm going to make sure my fifth wheel. I've done my tug test. I want to make sure that the locking mechanism is proper for my fifth wheel. Because if you don't, what's going to happen is you're going to have a trailer that flies off your trailer. This is what I'm carrying today, as you can tell. Then I will take the landing gear and take it. This is a trailer full of cardboard from the warehouse. I'm taking out their trash. As I said, I'm taking out the trash. I'll be back in a little bit. Hey guys, finally getting here to the final destination on taking the trash out. We're here in Pruitt, New Mexico, exit 63. Sometimes us truck drivers don't just deliver in the city limits. Sometimes we have to go outside of the city limits. You're going to see as I get off the freeway here, it looks like we'll be going out into farmer roads outside the city, but actually we will be going to the paper mill where we're going to be delivering the cardboard for recycling. And then I'll have another video that will actually be showing you the finished product, or maybe a continuation of this first load taking out the trash, as what the finished product is once we did the recycling. Most people don't realize that most of your trash, everyone thinks it just goes to the trash company. What do they do to it? They just burn it? No. If it's recyclable, it could be paper products. It'll be shredded and it will be taken to places like where I'm going right now, to a paper mill to be converted over to a paper product in large rolls, and it ends up being recycled as construction or cardboard paper product for production lines, the large machines in the factories that actually make your packaging all over again, and they will recycle it as much as they can for whatever is able to be recycled, reprocessed. They'll do it over and over and over. So most of our recyclable products are actually being recycled. As you can tell, it's just kind of looks like we're not even in town or anything. And we'll come along here. And one of the things that I'm most likely going to have to wait for is I'm coming up to a railroad track and there's a train coming. So I'm going to have to wait. You have to watch out for this one because all we have is the small gates here. And it will come, and it's a long train. So it's going to be for a little while. We gotta wait for the trains. And they're piggybacking. This is what they call piggybacking when taking actual freight from companies going from one side of the country to the other. And this is another way of getting our freight from one side of the country to the other, is by the rail. And they call this piggybacking. This is what they call it in the business industry, is piggybacking from the rail with your freight trailers. As you can see, most of these right now are FedEx. A lot of FedEx here. On this train, it's a lot of FedEx. This one's a pretty long train. rail cars being transported. Almost to the end here. Alright. Wait until this goes all the way up. Goes both ways. There's always possibility of a train going the opposite way. I've actually improved this road quite a bit over the years I've been driving and having this location picked up every once in a while. Usually it's pretty bad roads, but they've improved it. But like I said, looks like we're going in the middle of nowhere, and then all of a sudden through the hills up here where the rock formations are, you'll see the smokestacks of the actual paper mill, and then we'll go off to one side to get into it. Looks like the wind is kind of blowing a little bit across here. Road's a little on the bumpy side. When you get out just outside town, these roads can get pretty bumpy. Their maintenance on these roads aren't the greatest, and that's almost anywhere. It doesn't matter what state you're in. When it's outside county lines, where it's out of the city, they don't care. They kind of just let these roads go until it's really bad, and then they'll just bandage it up, put a little bit of the asphalt or tar to take the gaps, the cracks, and just fill them in a little bit. Yeah, this is about probably about 7 to 10 miles outside of town. But it's not too bad. This is called the paper mill. Sometimes they call it the McKinley paper mill. It seems about every 6 months to a year and a half they change the name back and forth of the company name. And what I was told is actually the owners are brothers, and for whatever reasons, tax purposes or whatever reasons, they have to change their name every so often, or violations or whatever. I don't know 100%, but we go on this road. I'm going to drive it down, and we'll be going into a staging area a little bit. There's also a hydro power plant over here that they have to the right of the power of the paper mill, and they actually own the land that the paper mill is actually on, but they're a separate business, so it's actually two different companies in one site on the same road. But once we get up close to the security gate, we have to park the truck in a staging area off to the right, and we have to walk into the security gate and check in with the security, and then after that they will weigh our truck and trailer when we're given authorization. Sometimes we can go in right away. Sometimes there will be a line of trucks and we have to wait. It just looks like a trailer left there, so we might actually be able to go directly in after staging. But like I said, once I get this tractor and trailer parked, I'll be going and checking in, and I'll be talking to you guys a little bit later up at the actual paper mill and showing you guys the dock and all of that area. So I'm going to be going here to the right. Got myself straight, and since there's nobody else here, which I like, when it's like this, it's nice, because then it means that I'm going to be most likely getting in and out real quick. I'll see you in a little bit. Coming up on the scales here for taking out the trash. We gotta get scaled. I already went into the scale house to get checked in. We'll be going up on the scale. And the young lady that's inside, the security guard, she'll wave me through once I get weighed. Then I'll go further on to the left there, where that building is in the far end, to get scaled out. Got the wave through, so I keep on going. There we go. four-way blinkers, always. No more than 15 miles an hour, 10 to 15 miles an hour on most of these places. I believe it's 15 miles an hour here. And as you can tell, McKinley Papermill, also known as Biopapel Papermill. And over to the right here is the water power plant that's done by water to create energy. I'm going to go in here, and I'm going to be going on this, I guess it would be the east side, northeast side of the building. I have to come all the way down here to where the little road splits off and go to the left. That's where the paper mill goes. If you keep on going straight, you're going to the power plant, and you don't want to be there. And of course, if anyone knows, the paper mills are loud, and they have the most raunchiest smell that you could even think of. Yeah, I mean, it's a sulfur, I don't know, really raunchy chemical smell that's in the air. You smell it every time. They stated that we are doing a live unload, and then our second load, which is the finished product, it's not ready yet. So I gotta go to the back up to the scale after unloading, get the empty weights, and then I've got to go and check to see if the finished product is done for the big rolls, which will be the next load coming out of here. So I'm doing a double take. I'm taking the trash out, and I'm bringing the finished product back. So I go up here, make sure that I don't go, as you can see here on the left, it says no tractor trailers entry. That's only for company vehicles, regular cars and vehicles. So I come up here, and as it says, the unloading, go to the left, which that's what I'm doing. When I get the paper mill, I'll be going to the right over there. So hopefully, we got all of this down. Always go by what they say. You always watch for the forklift drivers. Do your stops, and as it says, no smoking facility, because it is a paper mill and the chemicals and stuff. Some of the chemicals could be highly combustible, and also with the paper, you don't want to end up having a fire. As you can tell, these are the machinery, and it's kind of nasty looking, but as we go, we'll go all the way up, we'll go all the way to the end here, and we can see another Swift. Doesn't necessarily mean that there's a truck attached to it. It could be just parked right there, but we got to go around the corner here. Let's see, because it could be just, we may be sitting here for a little bit. Not 100%. Looks like there's a line, so we're going to be waiting for a little bit here. All we can do is just wait. What I'm going to do here is actually, I'm going to go back up a little bit. Since now I know that there is a line for the buds. I'm just backing up so that I can reposition myself. This way, that outgoing trailer is not going to run into us because of this little line. Hopefully we can get more video of this. We'll be back. Here we go again. We're going to be going into the first dock there. When Western Express heads out, I'll be going in. After getting myself set up, I will put my tandems to the rear and we'll see how it goes. As you can tell, it's kind of tight here. So I'm gonna go. And as I'm going, I'm actually going to take advantage of where I'm at. Take as much as I can. Split it back a little bit. This way I have more of a range, looking out my back rear view mirror. Watch out for the forklift driver to the right or to the left here for me. Where you're at, and if you have to get out, look, do your goal. A little bit more. Take it to the right. Looking in the mirrors. The sun, it's a little bit brighter. But I'll look at the bottom mirror and the top right mirror there. The rear view mirrors. I want to set myself up before I open my doors and all of that, because if you don't, lined up, and you want to be lined up. Like I'll be right in there, square it off. I already pulled my tandem, so tandem bar, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop my wheels to what I'm going to do, straighten myself out again. Pull it all the way up. The reason why I'm doing that, because I want to open up my doors without hitting my. Always have your passing brake always a 3-point holding. sure this door has to be slammed. Going to the rear. You can see a little bumper line parallel with the door of my trailer. It'll be parallel. Straight back. Straight back. Sit nice and slow. So we are back at the second session of the taking out trash for the finished product. When we were done yesterday, it wasn't ready. They told me it was going to be at least 3 hours before they started making the product, the big paper rolls, for the series of loads. There was 7 loads going to Santa Fe Springs, California, to the same location, International Paper. So they told me I couldn't stay on the property. They don't allow that. So we had to go to the truck stop last night. And so now I'm back here going up to the same location, except that I'm going to be on the west side of the facility, or the paper mill, to pick up the finished product, which will be going out to California. So because I had to wait until this morning, because they were going to be just starting paperwork, it would have been all night, an all-nighter anyways. My 14 hours was up. At their expense, their cost, it's going to cost them 8 hours of detention pay for me, which at $30 an hour, that's not bad. $240 extra dollars on top of my mileage pay. Here I will get from Swift extra for having to wait overnight instead of just getting another load. So instead of going to the left like we did yesterday, we're gonna go to the right here, and you will see a couple trailers, a couple trucks. You'll see the trailers all on the right side here, and just to the left you'll see the Western Express. And I will, looks like I'm probably going to be going in the middle door here, which I don't mind. Middle door is okay. I can deal with that. I can deal with that. I'll be going in the middle door. Sometimes you gotta maneuver these bad boys a little bit. There's no problem. We'll get it in there. Or you gotta honk your horn before you go back. Make sure people know that you're going back. This morning But sometimes you have to wait to get to the dock. This time, I'm almost there.